Fall in love with the future you're creating. Fall in love with it. Fixate your mind on it. Know this is what is happening in the unseen nature of life once you identify what you want. It's happening now. Your role is to stay out of the way of it taking place because you've already got the wheels in motion. Once you identify what you really truly want, the building, the creation of it actually happens instantly. The path to it for our human nature to follow is what we follow. This is what we follow until the dream pops and comes out from out of the blue, for lack of a better way to describe it, because it always comes in the least expected manner. And this manner is figured out in the unseen nature of life. And that's why you have no idea it's coming. It's being done for you, and all you're doing is following the little urges, those little fleeting thoughts like, I think I'll do this today, or, for some reason, it's not a day for me to go to work today. I'm going to take a vacation day today. I don't know why, but it just seems like the right thing to do. So the little steps you're given may not make sense. Like checking in on your neighbor when you just saw her 3 hours ago. It's like, I think I'm going to go knock on her door. I wonder if she needs cat food. I have this extra cat food I think I'm going to leave on her doorstep. These are the little urgings that you'll want to be noticing. And this is the path to your dream. This is exactly what you follow to your dream. I want to share something else. So when challenges appear, your thoughts determine whether you move toward your dream or further from it. Here you've identified your dream and you're getting closer to it, and then a challenge happens. When that challenge happens, what is your response? So let's say you after work, you get out to your car and somebody has banged into the door and you have a big old dent in the door. How are you going to handle that? Now, I know how I would. I know my first response would be, I'd be upset. That would be my first response. And what I do after that determines whether I'm moving closer to my dream or further from it. So if my thoughts then go to, at least I wasn't in the car when this happened. Maybe I would have tweaked my neck. At least it's not worse. It's just one door panel. Okay, so you're elevating yourself a little bit. And once you elevate yourself a little bit, all the light comes in and you elevate yourself further and further and further. It becomes easier and easier, and you move very rapidly toward your dream. It's a very direct path. If you look at this, and let's say this is your dream, it's a very direct path. Here's my old way of responding. So let's say somebody bangs, dents my car while I'm at work. Well, I don't stop there with the upset. I get pissed. I call my husband and get pissed and share that mood with him, and he gets pissed and wants to defend me, and we're both pissed then, and we're really enjoying this anger and irritability, and then we go meet friends for dinner and I tell them all about it, and this is what happened to my car today, and you'd think people would be more careful and they didn't even leave a note, and yada yada yada. How do you handle that? Which one would you choose? Because look at the direction you are going. You actually, to be more exact with the way I describe the thoughts, you'd be going backwards. Here I show it just staying even where nothing changes. And then it happens again with something else, and then your kids piss you off, and and then it goes this way, and then it goes this way, and then something happens, with your daughter, and you're so worried, and then you just really backpedal, and but then you start to gain some momentum. It's like, no, I'm not going to let other people interrupt the path to my dream. Because I really know deep inside the only way to help them is by helping myself. The only way to create peace in the world is to create peace within me. We create it in ourselves first, always, no matter what it is. So you gain some momentum towards your dream, and then something else happens and you fall off the wagon. Then you go backwards, then you're going out in left field. You never get to a dream this way. So for those of you who feel like you've waited for a dream to come true for a long time, look at what your thoughts are doing. Because your thoughts run in the background 24/7. They're working all the time. What are they doing? Are you noticing your thoughts during the day? Are you changing the ones or quieting the ones that are not moving you closer to your dream? What about all that useless busyness that's going through your mind? All that does, it's like a hum that keeps you below. It's a steady hum, not a pleasant vibration. It's busyness. It's a distraction from what you want. What are your thoughts doing during the day? I have a suggestion. My suggestion is to get so fixated on what you want that you drown out any vibration that has anything to do with what you don't want. So are your thoughts moving you closer to your dream or further from your dream? You have a choice here. When you are being pulled away from your dream, when you're being pulled into irritability, frustration, anger, after that initial response, choose a different response. And if it doesn't make sense to choose a different response, just quiet the thought. Stop the thought. Refuse to think about it. If that's too hard to do, two things just went through my mind at once, excuse me. So, my suggestion is put your attention, put your focus on your dream. You always want to put your focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. You always want to put your focus on something neutral or above, rather than on something that makes you more upset, makes you, feel like makes you judge, makes you angry, makes you create more negative feelings. We want to feel better. We want to continually uplift ourselves. And it only feels hard in the beginning because once you do this for a few days, few weeks, it becomes automatic. You just automatically do this. Because the steps are really simple. The steps to getting to what you want or creating or attracting a miracle in your life, which is what we're doing. We're going for the quantum leap. We're going to the place, the thing where time has to collapse and it just happens. That's what we're going for here. Go for the big dream. So especially when you're facing a challenge, move your attention to your dream. If for some reason you're having a hard time, if it feels like, I don't want to think about my dream, sometimes we like to wallow in it. So if that's what your experience is when you're facing a challenge, distract yourself from that challenge. Scrub the kitchen floor. Go for a run with your dog. Go for a hike. Go for a swim. Watch something funny on TV. Anything that lifts you even a little bit and distracts you from the complaint, that distracts you from the challenge. If it's a worry or a fear and you set it aside and say, I am not going to think about this for 2 days, I'll revisit it then. What happens is your focus that shifted from the challenge to something pleasant, funny, desirable, your focus being over here diminishes whatever was happening over here. Usually it completely works itself out without you doing anything. And the least case, I don't know how to say that, it will diminish and it will be easier to handle. But it's always working in your favor when your focus is on something desirable, something delightful, enjoyable, something, your dream. You know, I bring up the word enjoyment. It is so important to put more energy into enjoying your life than wherever you're focusing your energy that makes life feel hard. Because life's not supposed to be hard. And yes, there are times we need to be diligent about things. We're responsible to pay our bills. You know, that's not necessarily enjoyable. You can make it neutral, and the way you do that is you just stop the thoughts about it when you're doing it. See, it's that lingering response that does the damage. Don't worry about the initial response. We all have that initial, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to that doctor. I don't want to go to the dentist. We all have that stuff. Just stop the thoughts that follow. I play solitaire on my phone a lot when I want to distract my thoughts from something. So sometimes it'll be too hard to read something because my thoughts keep going to what I don't want to think about. So, you know, playing solitaire is pretty mindless, or I'll sometimes look through pictures, find something to post on Facebook. I'll watch something funny, something that makes me laugh. Anything that distracts you.